I just need to say that if you're actually here doing a live stream, it's cheating to stay safe first because, like, you know when we're going live. Welcome to the stream, guys. I'll give you guys a minute or two to get trickled in. So we have more than 2 or 3 people here. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Arcanine has much of a chance against Miraidon. Miraidon is absolutely crazy. But we're gonna give it a good old college try and see how it goes anyway. Yep. So we have, if you've watched the bonus video on Wednesday with Wug Trio, you've seen the changes we made to Miraidon. We'll go over that list again just in case you didn't get a chance to see it. And we'll also talk about Arcanine. I'm going to go first with Arcanine. Arcanine is a new archetype from Scarlet and Violet base set. We are starting out first with 4 copies of Growlithe from Fusion Strike. This has the warm up attack. Search your deck for a fire energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon. This is good if you have another Growlithe in play. You can throw it on there, or if you think it's not going to get knocked out, you can actually attach it to this Growlithe. And you're going to need that extra energy because Arcanine is a monster. Arcanine has a Raging Claws attack. For 2 fire energy, does 10 damage. Additional for each damage counter on Arcanine, with 30 base damage. But the big shiny attack on the Arcanine is Bright Flame, does 250 damage, and discard 2 fire energy from it. So that is a kind of pricey attack there because you're discarding those energies. But you do have ways to get those energies back onto Arcanine. So 250 damage, not too bad. We are running a 2-2 barrel line to draw some cards. Barrel, of course, Industrious Incisors to get those up to 5 cards in your hand. And we have Ponyta from Silver Tempest and Rapidash from Silver Tempest. So Rapidash has the ability Heat Boost. Once during a turn, you may discard a fire energy from your hand in order to use this ability. During this turn, your fire Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. So you can get that little extra damage, so Arcanine's 250 becomes 280 or even 310 if you have a couple of the Rapidash in play and discard 2 fire energy. Ends up being pretty decent for getting those knockouts. We also have 1 copy of Entei, a little basic attacker that's a little bit easier to power up than Arcanine. So if you're maybe not in an energy heavy situation and Arcanine is not your best option, Entei may be your go-to guy. You can also use Fleet Footed to draw a card. If you're familiar with Suicune V, literally the same ability.
Or Raikou.
Raikou, same thing. Also, 1 copy of Radiant Charizard from Pokemon Go. Of course, the one from Crown Zenith is identical, so if you have that one, play that one. Just Excited Heart makes it so that you're doing Combustion Blast for basically no energy if your opponent is pretty ahead of the game. And 250 damage is nothing to scoff at. So 1, 2, 3, so 4 colors energy and 1 fire energy, 250. But if they've taken 4 prize cards, that's basically a 1 attachment and nuke. Which is not too bad, especially if you have Heat Boost available to you. On top of that, we are running 3 copies of Judge for draw, and 3 copies of Professor's Research. Judge, of course, shuffle your hand. Both players shuffle their hands in their decks and draw 4 cards. And Professor's Research, discard your hand, draw 7. So pretty standard post-rotation supporter count there. We do have 2 copies of Boss's Orders, 2 copies of Raihan. Again, Arcanine X's attack is very cost heavy, so we want to be able to get those extra energies into play. And it is also nice just to be able to search the deck for a card and put it into your hand. Anytime a card says get a card, that's pretty good. And then we have 1 copy of Miriam. Miriam says shuffle up to 5 Pokemon cards from your discard pile into your deck, then draw 3. So if you have your Ponyta and Rapidash in the discard pile, or if you need to get your Growlithe and an Arcanine back, or maybe you need your Entei and your Charizard, you could shuffle those in any combination up to 5 of these guys, throw back in your deck, and then draw a few cards. So nice to have a little bit of recovery and also have an option to draw. Even if you just discard something that maybe you didn't want to discard or you don't need to discard, but you need to draw, Miriam opens up a draw 3 option for you. We are running 1, 2, 3, and 4 copies of Nest Ball to find our basic Pokemon, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 copies of Ultra Ball to find any of our Pokemon. Turns out finding your Pokemon is a good thing because you really want to set up. We're also running 3 copies of Switch. Unfortunately, all of these guys are bulky boys. Ralph has a retreat cost of 2. This Arcanine has a retreat cost of 3. Of course, Bibarel and Bidoof both have a retreat cost of 2. So it's nice to have the option to get them out of the active or to switch them as necessary. And it's especially important with our stadium card that we're running, but we'll look at that in just a moment. We do have 2 copies of Capturing Aroma. This card has seen a little bit more play recently with Lugia, but I think it's going to see a tiny bit of play post-rotation. Just because you need to find your Pokemon. Capturing Aroma could also be Great Ball if you would prefer that, but Capturing Aroma says, flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for an evolution Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand. If tails, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. So either way, you're going to be shuffling your deck and finding a Pokemon. It's good. First turn, obviously, you're going to probably want that basic Pokemon. Later on, you're probably going to want the evolution. You're also running 1 copy each of Energy Recycler and Pal Pad to get the energies back into the deck if we need them. Just because we're going to be discarding energies with Heat Boost and with Bright Flame. It's nice to be able to get a few of them back. Not necessarily all of them, because you do have, again, the Stadium card, but definitely good to have an option. And because this deck, again, is so energy heavy and energy demanding, we are running 2 copies of Experience Share. So Experience Share says, when your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's active Pokemon, you may move a basic energy from that Pokemon to the card this is attached to. So basically, let's say your active Arcanine gets knocked out, you can move it to, let's say, the Ralph. That's what it's attached to. So very handy little card. And then the Stadium card I've now hinted at twice is, of course, Magma Basin. Magma Basin says once during each player's turn, the player may attach a fire energy card from their discard pile to one of their bench fire-type Pokemon. If the player attached energy to that Pokemon in this way, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So a little bit of energy acceleration to make sure that you have energies for Arcanine. And of course, that's why we're running Switch in such high counts, because you really do need to be able to have the Arcanine on the bench, get the energy on it, and then move to the active spot to attack. And then finally, we are running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fire energy for Arcanine. So this is the Arcanine list we're running with right now. And Miraidon's up next.
So this week I'm going to be running Miraidon once again. If you watched last week's bonus video, that is going to be the list that we're running. But if you only watched last week's...
this week's bonus video, actually.
Oh. It is a little bit different than last
live stream.
Last live stream. So we are still running the Dynamotor line. So we have 3 Mareeps, 3 Flaffies, and then we do have the Ampharos X. For those that are not familiar with Ampharos X, it is a new one coming with Scarlet Violet base. For 330 health, it is a 2-prizer, a stage 2er. It has a attack called Electro Ball that hits for 60 for 1 electric energy, and then Lightning Tail for 1 electric and 2 colorless. It's 140 plus, and it reads, you may discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. If you do this, this attack does 100 more damage. Then we also have our very, very fast setup person, being our Miraidon X. So Miraidon X has a very fun ability called Tandem Unit, where once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic lightning Pokemon and put them onto your bench and then shuffle your deck, which means that if you start with at least 1 Miraidon, you can chain into another one, and then so on. And then it has 220 hit points, and it has Photon Blaster attack for 2 lightning and a colorless for 220 damage, and your typical big hitters and base sets being this Pokemon can't attack during the next turn. But if you switch out of it, you're more than welcome to do that attack again. And then we are running a Drapion V. For those that are wondering why Drapion V is in here, it's for like Mew, Gardevoir, In general, it can be a good attacker.
Yeah, you
But
can.
really good against like also really specific decks like Mew or Gardevoir, because you can Dynamotor onto Drapion if need be. So if there happens to be a path out and you need that last knockout, you go ahead and Dynamotor. Then we are running a 1 Manaphy for the bench protection. Then we do have a Radiant Greninja for card draw and getting rid of energies. That way you can use those Dynamotors. Then we have a very, very fun Raichu V that we have, from testing, we have found out acts as a nuke.
It is a nuke, yeah. It's a very devastating attacker in this deck.
So he is definitely one to look out for bringing the hurt on. Then we do have, so that's it for Pokemon. Then we get into our supporters, where we are running 4 Professor's Researches. We are running 2 Boss's Orders, 2 Raihans, for when they get those knockouts, you can accelerate and go search your deck for any card. We are running 2 Serenas for either Gust if you need it, or even if you have to discard to draw. That's going to be it for our supporters. Then we get into our item cards. So we are doing 4 Electricity Generators, which is a very fun card.
It's a Go Burt card.
Yes, it does go Burt. When you hit. It does. So by what I mean by when you hit is you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 basic lightning energy cards, and attach them to your bench lightning Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle the remaining cards into your deck. Big thing to point out there is benched. We have, when we've been testing outside of stream, there's been a couple people that haven't piloted the deck before, that think they can just attach it to the active. Unfortunately, it does not act that way. It does go to the bench. Then we do have 4 copies of Trekking Shoes. We do also have 4 copies of Ultra Ball, along with 3. Is that showing up fine? 3 copies of Nest Ball. Then we do have 2 copies of Level Ball. That way you can go find those Flaffies if need be. We also do have 2 copies of Switch. We do have 1 Heavy Ball, and that will round out the item cards.
Some real quick. The Heavy Ball. Heavy Ball is actually really important in this deck. It finds you your 1-0 Pokemon, and depending on your matchup, you're gonna either want the Raichu or the Rapion. Like it's one or the other. But in some matchups, they're both great. So hopefully you didn't prize both.
Yeah, or prize 2 Miraidons. You know.
Yeah, prizing 2 Miraidon's pretty rough.
Still managed to make it work though.
Yeah.
Then for our stadiums, another change that we didn't make from last week outside the Heavy Ball is Beach Court. We did add a Beach Court. So Beach Court is a new stadium coming with Scarlet Violet that reads, the retreat cost of basic Pokemon in play is 1 less. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's not that bad, or that's not that good.
It's
well,
great.
Raichu V has a 1 retreat cost. Manaphy has a 1 retreat cost. Greninja has a retreat cost of 1. But also, Miraidon. Miraidon does have a 1 retreat cost, so that those 1 retreat cost Pokemon now become free retreats.
Yeah, and it's important to note too, Miraidon's attack requires you to switch out of the active in order to reset it. So having access to Beach Court or to one of the switches is super beneficial as an attacker.
Then we also do have 1 copy of Stormy Mountain. Then that is going to be it for the stadiums. And then we are running 13 electric energy.
So it's lightning energy for your TCG players.
Also, I don't know if we stated it, but XP share is no longer item; it is a tool.
That's why it's no longer sorted with the item cards. It's sorted out with its own cluster.
Which that does actually change a lot, because it does change what you can grab with Erda.
Yeah, thankfully I'm not playing Miraidon here, so that's not too much of a concern. The one way I can search it out is Raihan, and Raihan can grab any card. But let's get shuffled up and let's have some fun. Hey Ryan Nelson, what's up? I'm trying to remember if I've piloted this one myself. I feel like I have, but I feel like it's been a while. I know a lot of people have played Arcanine at League, but
Like I can't really see.
all right. So we're gonna ask the question while we're shuffling up. So of the decks we've seen so far from the live streams and that you've seen from other YouTubers testing, what are you most excited for Scarlet and Violet base set? Are you most excited about Miraidon, like many of us are, I think? Are you most excited? I'm just glad Flaffy finally sees play. Are you
Outside of the very brief time that it saw Rayquaza.
Are you excited for Guardy, maybe? Or are you excited for Arcanine, maybe? Or even better yet, are you excited for something that isn't new from Scarlet and Violet? Something that's just
New.
busted as crap right out of the gate.
New.
Right out of the Mirage gate, even. I think from Japan we've seen just how dominant Giratina and other lost variants are. I think it's going to be pretty heavy,
Especially since we're going back to Sun and Moon,
like
style.
evolving basics. Yeah,
I'm
I'm a little concerned about Sableye, but we'll see how this goes.
Sableye and Cramo.
I mean, Cram is good, but Cram is still a single prize that can be knocked out fairly easily. So Sableye though is a multi-prize taker, which is scary.
And you can still do variants with Greninja. You also have Zamazenta now.
Yeah. I think Palkia is good too. I just think our Palkia had some really rotten luck when I tested it.
I mean, it did go up against Mew.
But it also had some pretty bad starts in those tests. All right, heads or tails?
I'll go with tails.
I will go first.
I thought it was tails has never failed.
Ryan says Miraidon is his most hyped. Our other guest here says, what about Leafeon with Spidops? Actually, little hint. We happen to build several weeks in advance. This isn't going to be for a couple weeks, but just so that you're aware that we are working on this. This is something we are testing. We're going to start testing it at League tomorrow. So yes, it is on the horizon.
All I can say is goodbye Galar Mine for good reason.
Can you imagine how bad that would be if it had both?
Spidops would actually be competitive.
It would be very competitive, yeah. All right.
You're going first?
Yeah, I'll go first. But yeah, Miraidon is super cracked. I'm super excited for it. I'm aiming again. I have 2 pre-release promos in my opening hand, but no basic. You're talking about the Acerola playmat?
Can I say in advance I'm sorry?
Great. That's not what I want to hear. That's really not what I want to hear.
I'm just sure I'm sorry in advance.
Arcanine has some weird starts. I'm afraid I'm going to get stuck with one of them. Yeah, I love Ace Roll as a character, so I had to have...
We do have two
had to have
emotional...
this moment.
Do you want the emotional support, Mika-san?
Oh, that's yours. Yeah. So we'll have some emotional support V-Star markers, even though neither deck actually runs the V-Star marker or anything that we're going to use it.
Just in case somebody can't see this. I don't think anybody's seen this outside of people at League, but I found this in some random thing that was given to me. Yes, it is a Mew wearing a Poncho Lugia.
Oh. This is not a good start. I'm giving extra cards to Miraidon. That's like the worst thing you can do. Miraidon already goes burr. I don't need to give you more.
Oh, it couldn't go Bert. We did put the thing for this week's rotator, right?
Yeah, it's updated. Well, welcome, Adam. Adam says, I'm a big fan. Love playing Mew. And it basically loses no cards except Marnie, Quickball, and Ordinary Rod.
I mean,
this shouldn't be playing Ordinary Rod anyway, but...
I mean, if just literally swap Marnie for Judge. Yeah, it's one less card that you get, but that's two more cards that you can technically draw
off of a Genesect.
Yeah, so I mean, like the payout is still there.
It's still there, yeah.
Just,
and then
you're not.
And then
it really doesn't change. And you don't change.
Quickball just becomes Feather Ball for the most part, I think.
And then if you're running Rhythm Fun just literally becomes Tracking Shoes.
Yeah, Mew is really good. We've only done the testing for our Fusion Strike build. We're gonna be doing a DTE build here off camera. We'll do some DTE stuff, but yeah, it's a good deck.
I have most of one build
for DTE. Yeah, we'll run a DTE build off at League, and we'll offer that one on the site too.
For the record, it will be my first time running a DTE build.
Yeah, I figured as much. DTE is really good though right now, so Fusion's actually struggling, which is kind of weird. I don't understand why.
Apparently not on not my results on live are showing struggle.
What you like the nukes? Okay.
I love making Lugia players scoop off of my setup.
If this is another mulligan, okay, good.
At that point, it's like you just call game.
One's gonna suck shit. I don't like this start. I mean, it's not horrible, but I don't like it either way.
I will go ahead and take the 2.
Okay. Draw for turn. Nest ball. Nest ball is best ball.
I can honestly say, at least I'm the one going second. I mean,
honestly, that's actually bad for me. The good thing about this deck is that it's an evolving. It's 2-prizer as a stage 1, so you can't just nuke the basic 2-prizer and get a bunch of prize cards.
I'll tell you right now, if you didn't start with anything that could put one on your bench, it probably would have been a donk.
Yeah. Adam says, do you think the new starter Pokemon, Stage 2X Pokemon, will be in Scarlet and Violet base set? Those have promised to be good. No, I do not think they will be in Scarlet and Violet base set. I think they'll be in our second Scarlet and Violet set. We pretty much know Scarlet and Violet 1 already. There's 2 EX cards, or 2 X cards that are going to be cut from it. We don't know which 2 at the moment. Right now, I'm leaning toward it being the Paradox Pokemon, but again, we don't actually know which ones. But no, there's no room for the cards that were revealed from Triplet Beat. There's no room for them.
So honestly, I can see it probably being the Paradox ones, and then putting into like their Iron Treads box and Great Tusk box. There. Right there.
Here comes the pain.
Tandem units. Right on.
Yeah, Cyclizar and Mimikyu are both promos here. But that's already, we already know those cuts.
Raichu.
So we know for a fact that those are not the two that we need to worry about.
Tandem units.
There are two other Pokemon X that have been cut. We just don't know which ones they are yet.
For the
I have Banette built for, I think it's actually next week that we start testing Banette.
yeah.
Banette, my version of it's using Mewtwo V Union though, not Shadow Rider.
I'm sorry.
Oh Lord, he coming. You know, the scariest thing about Miraidon is just how crazy fast you build up. Oh, jeez. And you're going to hit another two. Yep. Oh, that was scary. Ryan asks, what has been your favorite deck to play test for post rotation?
Post.
Yeah, that we tested so far. For me, honestly, it's been Miraidon.
I'd say yeah, Miraidon. Well, okay. Are we meaning new decks or decks that we've actually tested for post rotation?
For me, overall, it's still been Miraidon. Miraidon is just crazy.
Because like I do really like Miraidon, but I'm also a Mew player. Again.
Jeez. You're gonna milk all the energy right out of your deck this way. Come on, Whiff. Got to be kidding. Is it another double hit? What the actual hell? Dude!
By the way, I did see the fourth one somewhere out of these three.
Ah! And you still haven't even played a supporter card.
No.
What the heck?
Lie. Is that Raichu very threatening right now?
The Raichu doesn't even matter. Because you don't need to do remotely enough damage to use the Raichu. You just attack with... I mean... Dang it. Adam asks, Houndstone, or says, Houndstone Guardy X Engine with Mewtwo V Union is also an option. 80 plus 10 for each psychic Pokemon you discard. I'm not playing the Houndstone. I do have the Guardy engine in there though, with Mewtwo V Union.
Funny enough, I could technically also fast charge.
Why would you fast charge?
I don't.
You usually have a
Um,
knockout here. Take it.
Photon Blaster.
All right, this is not good. I have a bad hand too.
When I saw the opening hand of Miraidon, Mareep, and 3 powered electricity generators, I was like, oh, shit.
Warm up.
Just. Right. Well, that one's knocked out.
Oh shoot, yeah it is. Damn. I don't know even catch
that
that.
girl died.
Well then,
Warm up.
warm up to itself, I guess. It's gonna go so badly. We might as well go to game 2 at this point. I don't know why I didn't
Well,
discard that.
did you manual attach those?
I manually attached, yeah.
Okay, so the manual attach.
Manual attach,
warm
and
up.
then the whatnot.
Wait.
Turn 1 manual attach, turn 2 manual attach.
This is turn 1 manual attach. That's there.
No, because he didn't have any energy attached to him.
Oh, okay.
Because I would have attached energy to him to use warm up, but because because he isn't actually there. He's not too fair to attach to.
Ultra Ball. Energy. Heavy Ball.
I just don't think Houndstone's worth it, to be honest. As I'm going to lose this Growlithe, and then I have literally nothing. Honestly, I think it's probably just worth it to go to a game 2. Because Miraidon had such a nice supposed to start, and Growlithe had such, or Arcanine had such a slow start.
We're just going game 2.
I think we should go to game 2, because this is way too slow.
Because I was about to research also.
Yeah, there's no way. I didn't even have that bad of pricing, and still didn't have a good start. Yeah, your pricing is not the best, but not terrible.
Oh, yeah, I could have played the Heavy Ball.
You had a fire as hell start, though. But that's what I've noticed about Miraidon is just crazy explosive. And that build of it, too, is very, very endurant with regard to early and late game. Because early on, you have your access to the electricity generators. And then late game, you still have your flaffies to keep things going. So you have the option to just go crazy. And then Raichu is just terrifying.
Lie.
Hopefully we can get a game in where Arcanine actually sets up. That'd be good. The problem I think in this particular case is that Arcanine is a slower deck and Miraidon is very not that. Arcanine is...
Because literally all you need is just one Miraidon.
Yeah.
You get one Miraidon. For the record, Miraidon, your setup-wise, bench-wise, is faster than Mew.
Yeah, without question. Miraidon is insane. Okay.
First or second?
I'm gonna go first again, but I don't know if I'm gonna regret that. Oof. If this game goes as badly as that last one, or anywhere near as badly, we'll do a third game just to get a third game out instead of doing just a best of 3. But it doesn't look that badly. Yes. Dude, what is with these mulligans?
Yeah.
I'm running tons of basic Pokemon.
Again. Give me them all.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like. You can play a lot of base or a psychic Pokemon, but like, I just feel like you're not gonna be discarding them for the most part, right? You're gonna want your Guardies out. You're like, and then Houndstone. There are just so many better attackers in Guardy. I just don't feel like Houndstone is the best option.
Unfortunately, this one is not as good of a start so far.
What's up, Raymond?
What's up?
Oh, yeah, that was not a good start. Extra shuffles in just to cross some fingers, I guess.
So that was turn 1.
I know. I felt it. I'm gonna need to go to a doctor after that. Get me stitched back together. That is a very different start, but okay.
Damn. I'll take the.
Yeah, you don't get 2 mulligans this time, Bucko. Just the 1.
I was hoping for 5.
I'm going to a judge ball at 5. And drop a turn. What? What is this start? It's okay. I don't have that great of a start either. Fleet-footed.
Yeah, you draw a card if it's inactive. I feel like that's what you were reading.
I just wanted to double check because I've screwed up a lot. With
It is the same as Sweet.
Well, I know the effect. I just wanted to verify it. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. That's all I got. Oh boy, there's gonna be a Miraidon there. Yeah. Damn it, Miraidon. Why did I have to build you so well?
For the record, there's not just one there.
Really? That's interesting.
There's only one more.
I mean, yeah, but you only need really 2 out and you're good.
And tandem unit.
What's up, Tandem? I just got my butt handed to me by Miraidon. I'm about to get it. I think I'm about to get it again. Poor Arcanine is not built to handle our Miraidon. Arcanine is just too slow.
Tandem unit for the right shoe.
Yeah. I'm going to place it buggers when I come out.
Just one?
Yeah, probably just one.
I'm going to need at least probably 2 or 3. Well, it's because I don't have this one. I don't have one for the Ampharos list, and then my brother will want it.
Well, yeah, but
Like, I'm gonna need like 3 of them.
you
Not-
plan to have both the Ampharos build and the Miraidon build? They're not that different. Honestly, I think this one's just better, like objectively.
It's just my brother will run the Ampharos also.
You get it. Oh, you can't get a turn one donk. You could actually. You would have to retreat the Manaphy, which you can still do, and get 4 energy in play, including 2 on the Raichu. But you could do it, right? Because it's 60 times for Raichu's explosion. You could get the donk pretty easily.
Yes.
Well, Trio is definitely better with Cherim. I'm sorry.
Couple of cards went sideways.
I was wondering what was going on there. For this round, for this game rather, I only had to take 1 mulligan to get a basic. The previous one it was 2. The thing is, both times, Miraidon player here has very much enjoyed the benefits of those extra cards. All right, we need 1 extra energy in play. Okay, 1 energy and the game ends. Will it whiff? Oh, jeez. Let me just verify, make sure my math is right.
6,
That's
12. Game. Yeah, because it's...
That's freaking game already, goddamn!
Beach Court.
I can tell you haven't bothered to use the Cherim build.
Dynamic Spark
For game.
for 240.
All right, bonus game. I was afraid that would happen. Okay, that was like a doom pricing there. Yeah. Okay. Game 3, because games 1 and 2 are both shutouts. I expect game 3 to be a shutout too, to be honest. But we'll keep going. So you mean to tell me that you think attaching a single energy that you have to attach to a basic or a fire Pokemon on your bench and moving 1 energy to the active spot is better than just flooding your active with energy as you need it? Honestly, Ryan, I just don't think Arcanine is cut out for competitive. It's a fun deck, but it requires too much. Because like even in this, I want Armorage. There's just no room for it. There's just too much that the deck needs and not enough space for any of it.
Let me see this corner of the chat. For a second there, I thought that was a card because I just saw yellow.
Let me shuffle that in too. All right, this is gonna be the bonus game. Bonus game for this. This
do we want coin flip or no?
Let's do coin flip since it's a bonus game. You want to go and I'll call it opposite tails. You get the coin flip. So.
I will.
You really like it 1 second, I think.
Yeah, I'll go second.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, both the Terra Pokemon and Scarlet Violet base are not very good. We are going to be doing a bonus video with Gyarados. I actually have that. I have the proxies, a couple of the proxies already cut out for that. I'll be building that tomorrow morning. But yeah, it's.
Is that another Molly?
No, actually, I don't have a mulligan this time.
It's just like you suddenly paused and I looked at your face and it was not.
Look, I have to use my limited brain power to figure out what to do. All right. The brain still had
What about you, Arrow?
The brain still had to shift from one thing to another.
It's like who shall be the sacrificial lamb?
It's a dog. Okay. I look at that and I immediately go, "This is game over." Draw for turn. Okay. Pass. Yeah, Arcanine just requires too much. If its attack costs were 2 instead of 3, or even if it just didn't require you to discard, I think it'd be manageable. But the attack cost to discard is just, it's really hard on Arcanine. Like, I haven't even gotten Arcanine out in any of these games yet. Miraidon has just completely run it over, which again is expected, but it's pretty frustrating. We will be doing a bonus video for with Arcanine, so we can maybe see it actually get a chance to succeed at something, and not just get run over by Miraidon. Next Wednesday, look forward to Mousehold versus Arcanine. So there will be a Mousehold video, and it'll be paired up with Arcanine. And then next week is going to be Arcanine versus Bennett.
You in here?
You know what they need to do? They need to release a Cherubi that just does the call for family like that Gossifleur from Sword and Shield base set. That'd be great. Alright, clench time. Good lord. It's amazing how often that you've gotten 2 lightning energy off the top 5 freaking cards of the deck.
Concealed.
Come on, with 1 for once. And it's not happening. The very least, all this testing with Miraidon has taught me that even if Lugia gets some special energy back, it doesn't have a chance of coming back. Miraidon will keep it down.
Manual. Research.
Holy crap, dude. I'm not into sports at all, Ten. I'm sorry. Closest I get to sports is battle bots or like competitive TCG. I guess.
There. Your wish has been answered.
Oh, finally you whiffed. It only took you what, 3 games and like what, 8 or 9 electricity generators?
Retreat. And go time velocity.
Ultra Ball? Kirby Barrel? Industrious Incisors for 4. Capturing Aroma.
Evolution.
For a basic. Search. Attach for turn. Nest Ball. This is the most Arcanine has set up in all 3 games. And it's about to lose its life to a Raichu.
Lai.
Because all you need is 5 energy and he doesn't nuke
He's
me.
coming for it too.
I know he is. Because I can feel those flappies. They're in my face and they burn. All I can do is Raging Claws for 30. Yeah, it is indeed the only time Arcanine has come out. And like my opponent was saying, it's about to get nuked by Raichu. That Raichu's just gonna tear it a new asshole. Ugh. Stormy Mountains comes down. Manual attachment to the Raichu. Serena discarding 3 cards to draw 4. I'm gonna need both Flaffies to pull this off. Oh, actually, no, yeah, because he's already put his stadium card, so he's gonna need both. one of the two Flaffies who cause Arcanine's doom is ready. So something's cooking.
Conceal cards.
Whoa, jeez. God damn. I would just like to say this Miraidon list is stupid levels of consistent. Like, has it bricked ever? This list? No, right?
No, the closest it came to is when there was 2 prize that one time.
And it
That's
still
the
pulled it out.
closest. It still
Yeah.
pulled it out because of like.
Yeah.
Dynamotor. Yep, you stay. Check and choose.
I swear, if that's a freaking electricity generator, I'm not losing my mind. Wait. Are you gonna misplay?
Well, how many do I need?
5.
I still have one more Dynamotor.
Oh, that's right, because you can attach it to wherever. Yeah, it doesn't
I
matter.
do need 5 though, right?
Yeah, you do have to have 5, but you can attach it to the bench, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because right, you can just start from anywhere. I'm forgetting that.
Dynamotor.
And it just goes right back on. Boo!
Actually, go there. That way, both are technically equally threatening.
Yeah.
The
The big question is Arcanine gonna get a chance to get the deck at least? Maybe not Arcanine itself, but is the deck gonna get a shot to actually take the prize
It didn't
card?
really matter where I was attaching to.
Yeah, I mean they all have to go, so.
Yeah.
But Arcanine's
Dynamic Spark for
300, right? 6 times 5.
6, 12, no. 6, 12, 18, 24. Yeah, 300.
Yeah. Shot for turn. Fleet-footed. Capturing aroma. I actually really wanted a heads there, but okay. Just return. Right on. It should be exactly enough, right?
Yeah. So check.
Burning Rondo for 200. Hey, look, the Arcanine took some, or the Arcanine deck took some prize cards for once. The snort tells me everything I need to know. This is that goes from I got it too. I really got it though.
Stormy Mountain.
Not the sheet.
Nah.
You know how bad this feels? With how many different stage ones this second use, it probably should just run the Zoroark engine.
Honestly, that being in the discard is killing me right now.
Ampharos?
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing how useful that card is when you don't have it, right?
Proton Blaster for 220.
Turn.
That 10 damage.
Made a difference.
That's honestly what I was hoping you weren't gonna get was
Basic?
Yeah.
I have ball in my hand either way, so it wouldn't matter.
You have what?
I have a ball card in my hand anyway, so if I needed it, I could find it. We are going to you got it there, Tandem. Just stay up watching me. It's all right. This game's gonna be over soon, right? And we're going to attach return. Industrious incisors for 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Magma Basin. For the first time all game. Attach for Magma Basin. Burning Rondo for knockout. I am gonna say I'm very surprised that Miraidon is currently behind on prize cards. The sheep or the ninja. Right, there's one.
I mean, it's basically if you have it, you have it. Rear rear kick for knockout.
I hate you so much right now. Like it's the right play. Still hate it.
You have the boss.
Not currently. Drop turn. Attach return. Magma Basin. This is gonna be a rough one. Because it's basically who's boss first.
Ram Mule.
Ram Mew. Yeah, Bright Flame for knockouts. That's so bad. But I can't promote anything else, you'll just knock it out easily.
Dyna.
Show me the boss.
Boss and switch.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, at least Arcanine put up a fight that game. That's way more than could be said for the two best of 3 games. There's the last one. All right. Well, that was different.
I was really scared you were gonna have the boss.
I
was like, if he has the boss, he has the win.
So if it's in my next 7 cards, I should have researched last turn. And I would have won. I wouldn't have got it. What is it? How far is it? It's probably like the last card.
I was like, at this point,
It's way too far, and I would have missed it. Yeah.
I like the rear kick.
That I saw it coming, but I was like, I'll see if he sees it. I'm gonna say, oh yeah, that's where it is.
That's why I was like, that's why I said, like, if you have it, you have it. Otherwise, I technically.
At 10 HP though. Alrighty.
Hey, a sheep got a knockout.
It did, and it was the
The
right
lowest form of the sheep got
play.
a knockout.
The Mareep, no less. I mean, against Wug Trio, how many Flaffies or how many knockouts did Flaffy get?
I mean, to be fair, that was just
Flaffy
a
was the main.
fest.
Flaffy was the main attacker in that, without question, though.
Yeah.
There was no denying Flaffy was the best attacker.
But I actually would have had that knockout on the Entei if I still had the Ampharos.
If you had Ampharos,
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be 240.
Yeah,
That would
exactly.
be perfect. Yeah. Well,
that game was not too bad.
that wasn't too bad. That was actually a much more engaging game than the first two. First two were just complete shutouts. I do think though this is pretty good evidence that Arcanine. I mean, it could be their own build. I don't think it's a build, honestly. Like, yeah, it's a little clunky to set up, but I think that's the deck. I think that's inherently the deck. It's just, it's a lot of pieces that don't necessarily want to work together because there are so many of them. And because it needs so much to do so little, the deck just feels bad. I think this would be a great casual deck. I don't know necessarily that I would consider it for anything competitive. But yeah, what do you think? I know
I
you played
mean,
this too.
same thing. Just we'll have to see what releases in future. I mean, like look at Gyarados. Gyarados is, I don't think is gonna be competitive at the moment.
I don't think it's gonna be competitive, period. I think it's way too slow.
And
But-
especially since Miraidon hits it for weakness, it's like
Yeah, it's gonna be a that. Although I think in its testing, I think it's next Friday, I want to say. Pretty sure it's going up against the net.
you mean you don't want it to go up against Spidops?
That would be so bad. 'Cause it's
That'd
such
be
a high retreat
one-sided.
cause. I'm trying to avoid the one-sided matchups. Last week was really, really one-sided. This week's really one-sided too. This is just because I think Arcanine is such a rough deck to play. Like I said, fun deck. Definitely not a competitive deck. Maybe with better support in the future, it can be okay. But yeah, it's not gonna be a tier 1 deck by any means. Not with the current card pool. Fluffy was only the main attacker in the matchup against Wugtrio,
Yeah.
and that was primarily because you're hitting Wugtrio for weakness, and you're doing enough damage that you're one-shotting the Wugtrios,
But
and you're
also,
not discarding energy.
also to state that Wugtrio was flipping a lot of tails.
Wugtrio had it rough. I mean, that extra game that we did with Wugtrio was ridiculous. Let's be honest.
It's more so our Agent of Chaos.
Well, yeah, but the fact that he was able to just like tease discarding his own deck and know that he wasn't at risk of losing was pretty bad.
Not until the last play.
No, he
The
knew.
last play, he
Well, that's why he didn't make that other play.
yeah.
If you haven't seen the bonus video with Wugtrio, absolutely watch it. Game 2 in particular is just really funny to watch. Wugtrio, probably not going to be super competitive either, but still a real fun deck to play. Anyway, that's going to be all for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Do be sure to leave a like if you liked it. Dislike it if you dislike it, but I do really hope you did enjoy it anyway. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I will see you on Wednesday with a bonus video, Arcanine versus Mousehold.